Hello everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Once again, it is time for the Punish Props Secret Santa giveaway. This is our third year doing it here at Magnetic Nerd. It's a fun little tradition we have. We're always excited to do it. This year's gift, it's this bad boy. It's the Auto 9 from ROBOCOP. This project starts off just like all my other 3D printing projects. I head to the internet to find an STL file and set the proofs off to work. But, I actually did not use Thingiverse for once. Crazy, I know, right? I was not able to find a design on Thingiverse that really fit the bill on what I was looking for. Fortunately, I stumbled across myminifactory.com. The design was really well done. There's lots of detail. It was actually broken up enough to where the printing process was really easy. The finished print turned out great, although one little snag I hit, the muzzle piece. The veins along the outside of this are a very difficult move for a 3D printer to do. And if I printed it up like this, I had nightmares of it actually falling over mid-print and then the whole it just becomes a thing. So I began printing it this way, horizontally on the bed. Well, turns out I had a layer issue. It wasn't the printer's fault, it was my fault. I had the Z-axis set too low, so all the other layers above the first layer just became a mess. So once the proofs have finished up this round of printing, the print turned out great. The first layer was good, everything above that was good, I was happy. But the support material did not want to come off the print. I actually ended up scratching up the piece pretty bad trying to yank this stuff out of there. And now it's on to round 3, yay! So round 3, I printed it vertical. I should have just done this from the beginning. That way there was no support materials needed to print this piece. However, I did use a brim and a raft to ensure nothing toppled over during the printing process. There were some pretty nasty seam lines that had to disappear. And for this project, I used a nice combination of spot putty, my Tamiya putty, I used an acrylic, caulk. You know, they all worked the same. In the end, seam lines disappeared. It was on to assembly, and I decided to use a little bit different glue than I have in the past for this project. There's a new adhesive kind of making its way around the 3D printing world. Some of you may have heard of acrylic cement. There's also plastic weld. They're both the same thing, but all it's doing is it's a solvent-based glue, so it's actually melting a thin layer of the plastic, so when you take the two pieces together, it's actually fusing them together, making a very, very strong bond. The plastic weld creates a much stronger bond than super glue. So I've had some projects in the past that have fallen apart when I've used super glue, or when I've even used my model glue upstairs. So I wanted to use something stronger to make sure that this thing did not fall apart during the painting and the sanding, or when we shipped it on its way to its owner. But, seems like there's always a but. Turns out that nasty problem I had with my Z-axis being out of whack affected a couple more parts. So the first layer was not as smooth as it should be. And one drawback of using a plastic weld or like acrylic cement, yes, it is melting the plastic, but if it is not an incredibly smooth layer, the pieces don't want to adhere just because there's not enough contact surface to allow the adhesion to occur. To make up for that, I switched to an epoxy, and I just had a standard 2-part epoxy. You mix up both parts, and I spreaded it on the rough ends of it, and that allowed the piece to level off. It created a nice contact surface, stuck the pieces together, construction continued on. Do you guys have a favorite gun or weapon that you know of from a movie that you grew up with? Let me know in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe it'll be my next project. With all the seam lines filled and sanded smooth, it's time for that point in the print where you get to view a sexy sanding montage. With all the sanding and priming complete, it was on to painting. The paint I used, gunmetal. The brand of paint I love to use, Tamiya. And I think I should note, my spray booth is one super sexy setup. My spray booth, the official spray booth, is still under construction. So until that construction is complete, I get to use the high-tech cardboard box. It actually works fairly well. I mean, it doesn't catch all the fumes. There's nothing being vented out. So yeah, there still is all those safety concerns. But when you spray the paint and close up the box really quick, it actually contains enough of the vapors that the entire house does not smell like I've been spray painting. And that brings this project to a close. I now have one cool replica of the Auto 9. This project did have a couple snags, just little snags, but all in all, it came together really easily and it was a lot of fun to do. By the time this video airs, this bad boy should be in the hands of its new owner. Prior to this project, I haven't made too many weapons. And given how much fun I had making this guy, it's something to think about for future projects. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, push that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Fun little tradition that we have here at Magnetic Nerd Federation supports. That way I tried to limit the amount I stumbled on my lines, and it is not working. Is it going? Oh, well. I'll get it this time.